Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. Time for another mixed media tidbits and tips. And today's tip is either in the red zone, red prompt, mediums, although it's not a color medium per se, or technique. So the orange. So it could be either one. And that is using pouring medium. Now pouring medium has lots of uses. And what I'm talking about is something I just discovered, and I don't know that that's really what it's for, but it is what I use it for. You can use pouring medium with the high flows, and there are videos out there where they use pouring medium with other things. I bought it by mistake. I wanted to buy matte gel when I started art journaling, and this is what I ordered. And I used it, and I didn't really like it because it was glossy. And then I realized that it's supposed to be glossy. And I discovered that I liked using it to make an area shiny. And I'm going to show you a couple examples of that. So here are some examples of where I use the pouring medium. On this one, I just covered over top of the feather, and the gloss preserved the little bit of metallic paint that's underneath on there. This one, I have it on the whole card, the background and the foreground, everything, and it's very shiny and glossy. Most of my pages are not shiny. This one, I just used it on a couple areas on the hearts to make them stand out, to make the color appear a little bit richer. And this one, which I absolutely love, and I used it in a thicker application afterwards, it makes it look like it's in resin or something. So it's very shiny and glossy and smooth. That one took a long time to dry, but I love it. So what we're going to do today is, if you look at my Creative Katie, these are very matte. We've got some metallic in here, but the flowers are very matte. So what I'm going to do is apply this with a paintbrush to this matte finish. And I'm only going to put it on every second one so you can see the difference. I will afterwards. So it's just going to bring out the shine. If you use matte medium on top of anything that has shimmer, you're going to dull it a certain amount. Okay, so there you can see the big difference between where it's applied and where it's not. So it is, I like using it for effect, using it selectively on certain parts. It's not bad when it's on an ATC, but on a whole page, I may just highlight a certain part, kind of how you might use glossy accents or those kind of products. It just adds that little bit of extra detail and light and just makes those colors really pop too. So you can see how gorgeous that is on there. So I'm going to finish that off. The one thing that you need to remember when you are using the pouring medium is if you will have an area where you don't want it to be and you get it on, it will show. It will be shiny when everything else around it is matte. So you got to be a little bit careful with it. So now in a previous video, tidbit and tip video, I talked about adding texture using tissue paper, pattern paper, and brown paper. And I made these tags, and you can check for that video, and I'll put it in the eye. If you click on the eye, that will bring you to that video. What I thought I would do, because all of these right now have a layer of Mod Podge matte, and it's not as matte. If I was to use matte gel, this would be way less. That's what's on here. That's what's on here. Matte gel, and it is completely matte. Mod Podge matte, I find, has a bit of a sheen on it. Matte gel, the Liquitex and the Golden did not. This has super. So, but I just thought I would put it on just to compare. So I'll put it on half of each of these, and you can see what I mean. I'm hoping you can see the difference. So this side has the shine, and it really brings out, makes the colors pop. And it's something I would really like. So if this was a tag, I would do this on all of it because I really like that effect on there. This one, it also makes it feel very, very smooth. So there's a considerable more about shine. And then on this one, again, it just seems to, it brings up the layers in a way I like. So just that little extra sheen. This is not completely matte, but you have that extra sheen. This one, you can really notice it. So, Creative Katie's Tidbits and Tips, orange and red. Use pouring medium.